everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raise. In today's video, we're in the world of After, the romantic drama based on the Wattpad novel of the same name by author Anna Todd. What started as a quasi-One Direction fan fiction series quickly became a cult hit and spawned the 2019 release on the big screen. We're going to go through the top 10 moments between the stars of the show, Hardin and Tessa. Their relationship was odd, manipulative, intoxicating, and confusing, and we'll cover it all. The sordid story of Hardin and Tessa in After is complicated, to say the least. The pair, played by Hero Fiennes Tiffin and Josephine Langford, really got into their roles. The chemistry and tension was real. We've got some of the steamiest moments from the movie, and we're gonna count them down right now. Number 10. First impressions. They say first impressions last, and Tessa definitely made a bold one. On her first day of college, Tessa leaves her clothes on the floor while showering in communal dorm showers. When she gets out, her clothes are soaked, so she has to make the mad dash down the hall and into her dorm room in nothing more than a towel. In her hurry to rush inside, she barely notices the dark figure sitting on the bed in the corner of the room. Opening her dresser, the swinging mirror reveals Hardin sitting on Tessa's roommate's bed.
Excuse me? I think that you're in the wrong room.
Fast forward through the awkward shock and nonchalant response from Hardin, he delivers the classic line, "Don't flatter yourself, I'm not looking."
Get dressed.
Don't flatter yourself. I'm not looking.
In a meeting that was supposed to be mysterious, we're not sure it ended that way. Hardin walked out of the dorm room saying, "The Great Gatsby? Hate to spoil it, but it was all a dream." Tessa replied with, "Actually, it was all a lie." Hardin turned and walked out. Number 9. The party. In a classic teen movie scenario, our 9th moment takes place in the sleazy, drunken confines of some massive frat house party. Tessa finds herself awkwardly navigating through a sea of people drinking and doing drugs. She's pressured into drinking despite her insistence that she doesn't drink, and is soon lured headfirst into a game of truth or dare. When Tessa refuses to answer her truth, whether or not she's a virgin, she quickly changes to dare. The townie dares her to make out with Hardin, and the others cheer them on. Hardin rises to his feet and moves within range. For a moment there, it looked like Tessa would give in, only for her to say, "I'm done playing this game," and walk off.
I'm done playing this game.
Her roommate Molly was filming the whole thing on her phone, and as Tessa stormed off, they laughed at Hardin for getting apparently his first ever rejection. This was something Hardin didn't like at all, and then and there he decided to make a bet saying he could make Tessa fall in love with him. He might have thought that was a good idea then, but later on, he would have regrets about his actions. Number 8. The bedroom. Our next unforgettable moment comes when Tessa wanders into an empty bedroom and starts thumbing through the books in the bookcase. Hardin appears behind her and asks what she's doing in his room. Surprised, she asks him again if it really is his room.
Your room.
Yes.
Probably surprised that a guy like Hardin would have so many books. He leans towards her and things are pretty intimate, just being inches away from each other, but still not saying a word. He follows through with an invitation to finish her dare. Once again, Tessa leans in, but just inches away, she pulls away last minute and leaves the party. At this point, it's obvious that Tessa is attracted to Hardin, even though she's trying to fight it. Number 7. The classroom. Fate brings Tessa and Hardin back together in the lecture halls, this time in English literature, where the two clash heads over their ideas of love and attraction. They quickly turned a classroom debate about Pride and Prejudice into an argument that Hardin took great glee in, antagonizing Tessa with snide comments and nihilistic views.
I was lucky to be with a woman with as much integrity as Elizabeth.
The only reason he even asked her to marry him was because she wouldn't stop throwing herself
Throwing
at him.
herself at him?
Outside, Hardin acts like it's all fun and games, and when assured by Tessa that nothing happened, "I have a boyfriend," he replies with, "I thought we were talking about Pride and Prejudice." Number 6. Let's just reset. Bumping into each other at the coffee shop, Hardin makes his attempt at an apology. "Can we just be friends?" he said. He then invites her to see his special place. Okay, get your minds out of the gutter. She originally turns him down,
I think that it's better if we keep our distance.
but stops at the door, smiling, only to turn and take Hardin up on his offer. After all, she didn't have anything better to do, so why not follow Hardin to see the special place he's been talking about? They drive off along country roads before bringing us to number 5 on the list. Number 5, the lake. The intensity definitely ramps up in this unforgettable after scene. Teased heavily in the trailers and promos, the moment at the lake is steamy, sensual, and one that made fans want more. Hardin leads Tessa to the small pier off a serene lake and takes his clothes off for a swim, inviting Tessa to do the same. With a little coaxing and the offer to wear his shirt, Tessa agrees. Hardin turns so she can change, not before peeking a quick look. Once swimming, Hardin curiously asks about Tessa's boyfriend, which she playfully dismisses. Hardin says they could never just be friends. The swim eventually turns into a long, drawn-out first kiss. Once out of the water, though, the sensual touching continues until Tessa's apprehension makes Hardin pull back. "Why'd you stop?" she asks. "We have all the time in the world," he replied. Number 4, the rejection. A fun post-swim meal is interrupted by Tessa's roommate and friend, to which Hardin reacts strangely. Before they were interrupted, they laughed and seemed to have a really good time together. Because Tessa noticed how Hardin reacted, she decided to confront him about it. When confronting him privately later, Tessa tells Hardin that she is going to tell her boyfriend about them. "There is no us. It was fun. I don't date, sorry," is his cold reply. "If you want to dump Mr. High School, go ahead, but don't do it on my account." Rejected. Tessa storms out of the restaurant. Number 3, the reconciliation. Tessa's boyfriend Noah is visiting and is sleeping in Tessa's dorm after a party. Tessa gets a call from Landon that Hardin is drunk and out of control, trashing his house. Hearing this, she leaves her dorm to go visit Hardin. When arriving, Tessa is met by Landon, and just like he said, Hardin messed up the kitchen pretty badly. Landon goes on to explain that he was angry about his dad getting married because apparently Hardin's mother is having a really tough time. He also mentioned that somewhere during Hardin's screaming, he mentioned her name. Tessa asks where he is, and Landon points to the pool, and she spots him sitting next to the pool with a bottle of whiskey. She consoles him over his alcoholic father and poor beaten mother, and the pair reconciles. One thing led to another, and Tessa and Hardin end up in bed together. Special mention to the very next scene, where Noah finds out about their secret relationship and drives off forever. Number 2, the betrayal. At a dinner, Molly baits Tessa with lies about a relationship between her and Hardin. Clearly jealous, after learning the pair is moving in together, Molly says, "Something's going on, but it's not what you think." Molly shows Tessa a video of Hardin way back at the Truth or Dare party. It's revealed that he was only pursuing Tessa as a dare to make her fall in love with him and then break up with her. "It was all a game," Molly says. Shocked and heartbroken, Tessa runs away from Hardin, despite him promising that the dare was made before he got to know her. This is what we meant when we said that Hardin was going to regret the bet, because now he hurt Tessa, the only girl he ever really loved. The pain was too much for Tessa, so she started running all the way back home to her mom and Noah, who she reconciles with. Number 1, last chance. The final scene of the movie has to be ranked as one of the most unforgettable and sets up a possible sequel. Tessa goes back to the spot where it all began, the lake. Her professor handed her Hardin's essay, believing it was about her, leading her to head back to the lake. By the time Hardin comes and sits near her, Hardin narrates his letter, saying, "You once asked me who I loved the most in the world? It's you."
You once asked who I loved most in this world. It's you.
This letter is especially important because for the first time, Hardin admits that he now believes in love because of Tessa. Before he met Tessa, he believed that love was something you could turn on and off like a switch, but with Tessa, he can't turn it off. They turn and look at each other for a few seconds before the screen cuts to black and the credits roll. And that's it. 10 of the most unforgettable moments in After between our two lovebirds, Tessa and Hardin. Good news for the fans of this series, the sequel is already in post-production. The movie, titled After We Collided, is set for an American cinema release in mid-2020. So, which After unforgettable moment was your favorite? What are some of your predictions for the sequel? Let us know in the comments. We read and respond to as many as we can. Make sure you're subscribed to Movie Rays with that notification bell clicked so you can be the first to know when our regular videos are uploaded. That's all for now. See you next time on Movie Rays.